I'm the author of How to Write Anything, a complete guide. And I envisioned this book as a practical guide to everything you'll ever need to write, at work, at school, and in your personal life. The beginning of the book is a sort of a discourse on the writing process and a slightly different take on the writing process. It's a different attack than you've seen before. And I hope that it's more freeing. Basically, what I'm telling you is you can start wherever you want and you can do it however you want. And the bulk of the book is entries on almost 200 different tasks that you will probably have to do at some point in your life, including a condolence message, including a congratulations message, writing at work, work emails, sales proposals, resumes, various human resources, tasks, school tasks from research papers to lab reports, PowerPoints, questionnaires, business bios. If you need it, it's in this book. And if it's not in this book, it will be in the next edition. And if you have any questions, I'll be here for the rest of the afternoon. Love to speak with you. Thank you.
I have a question about your grandfather. Why were they not sent? How did he have unsent letters?
Some of these, this is interesting, some of these are actually drafts.
Oh.
Some of them are signed and I think may have been sent and his mother must have saved them and he got them back somehow. But some of these are actually drafts because they're not signed. So that was the kind of care that went into writing the letters.
When he got older, how did he sign his name?
Justin W. Brown, not Esquire.
Okay.
I think as he got older, he realized what it meant. So, and he was not an attorney. Yeah.
Can you explain, you did a little bit what he was doing in Shanghai, and I asked because my family was also in Shanghai.
Oh.
From 39 to 1949.
Oh, how
The
interesting.
communists came in.
Yikes.
That's when, what prompted them to leave?
What prompted them to leave was basically the Depression. My grandfather was a draft dodger in World War I. They were living in the Midwest, and they took a Presbyterian magazine, and my grandmother found in the back of this magazine an ad from a Presbyterian mission in Canton for a business manager, and she applied for the job on my grandfather's behalf without telling him. So he came, because she didn't want him to go to the war. She ran around with a pillow under her dress for a few months pretending to be pregnant, but that, that takes you only so far. So then she had to find another way to save him. And according to my dad, he was always ashamed that he had done that. But he took the job as the business manager for this Presbyterian mission in Shanghai. And then he got involved in banking, and the business fell apart. And so did the family.
Was the construction business successful?
It was, yeah, it was. They built a lot of public buildings. They built schools and churches and synagogues. In fact, at my mother's memorial mass in 2009, some of Daddy's business associates came. And afterwards, one of his former colleagues came up to us and said, we built this church. Yeah. Yeah. What's next? Actually, I have an idea for what's next. I'm working on an idea for a book, a small book called Writing in the Real World. And it's for recent college grads, new hires, as an introduction to writing in the business world. I think it's a lot harder for people graduating from college now than it was for people my age making the transition from college to writing at work. When I started working, there was a genre called business writing, and there were specific forms. There were memos, there were business letters, there were things you had to know how to write. And I think it's different now. I think you go from writing emails to your friends and your professors to writing emails to your boss. And it's a difficult transition to understand what's acceptable in terms of tone, in terms of sending smileys to your clients or writing WTF to your boss. People need some help making this transition. So that's the idea for the next book, just a little transitional help. And the working title is Writing in the Real World. Well, super. Thank you very much. Let's eat and write letters.